Hello everybody, it's Overheating TV. Today is a very sad day for my father. His 2004 Subaru Impreza Outback Sport has overheated. Last month, his car was overheating due to a bad thermostat. We had to get the thermostat replaced, but then a month later, it overheated again. Yesterday, I was driving in Greene County, New York, to check out the Catskill Mountains for a bit. I was around the area because I haven't went there in a while. But a lot of times when I was driving on Route 32, the engine kept on overheating recurrently. And it's been recurrent most of my way to Greenville. And then on my way back, when my cousin had added coolant in the car, it overheated as we got back to my home area. So we're going to be starting up the engine, and we're going to figure out why the car might be overheating. But before I start the engine, I do want to point out that many of the four-cylinder Subaru models are prone to the failed head gasket. Many of the four-cylinder Subarus have the head gasket failure because it's a boxer engine, and it's probably like cheaply made, and also they're known for burning oil. So that's one indication why it could lead to a head gasket, because oil just gets into the coolant. I am definitely no car expert, but I know some things about Subarus because I've owned a Subaru in the past, and I've watched a lot of like Subaru repair videos and like and overheating cars and stuff, because I just find that stuff like fascinating to know if you ever own a car. Now we're going to crank up the engine and figure out why the car is overheating. Alright, we have just cranked up the engine, and we're going to figure out why this car might be overheating. So right now, other than the fact we need a new serpentine belt, because this, if you can tell, the belt is squealing, the cooling fans do not work. Right now, the cooling fans are not turning on, which is one sign your car could be overheating. And another indication that I noticed is there are bubbles forming in the intake. So that could be a sign of a failed head gasket. Alright, I just turned off the engine, and what else I noticed in the intake is there are some gunk in the coolant. So it looks a little corrosive or something. And if you can tell by the coolant, it's kind of like a murky kind of color. It's like a cloudy green color. So I don't know if oil got into it or something, because if that were to be the case, it would be a head gasket. But also, even in a radiator leak, there could be like this color in the coolant as well. So who knows what it is? So last year, when my car had the head gasket failure, my cooling fans also did not work, and there was like a discolor in my coolant. I also saw bubbles forming in the intake as well. So chances are, seeing it's a Subaru, I feel like it might be a head gasket, but my cousin, who's a mechanic, also thinks it could be a radiator, because he's fixed so many radiators in cars. So I mean, I'll definitely take his word for it, but knowing it's a Subaru though, I personally think it's the head gasket, but I don't know. I think it could be a radiator leak though too, because we had to fix the thermostat, and it turned out that it overheated afterwards. So I don't think the thermostat was the issue. I think it's either a radiator or a head gasket. That's what I think. I don't think it's a blown hose or a failed water pump, but that's just what I think what's happening with my dad's car at this point. And also, I am definitely not no car expert, but I do know a little bit of car things, like knowing some of the parts, but I don't know how to fix them, obviously, but yeah. So, yes, that's another Subaru overheating video I've made on my channel, so I'm also going to put in the description below of my older video from last year. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe below, and as always, peace out.